That's real quarterback play. That's real quarterback play. I mean, tip of the cap to Justin Herbert making the playoffs last year. That number one first-round pick receiver, Quentin Johnson, can't catch. His rookie slot was his only legitimate, dependable wide receiver, and he made the playoffs. That's quarterbacking. So the Niners this preseason are mess. Demarcus Robinson suspended 3 games. They went and got Sky Moore yesterday. Andy Reid bailed on him. Probably not going to work. Russell Gage, who was being counted on to help for the injured receivers, he's now hurt. He's out for a couple weeks. And since 2018, with the exception of 1 year, and I don't have an explanation for it, the Niners have been top 10 in injuries. A couple of years they've been number 1. I mean, you can only wear pads so many days. You can only practice so many days. I don't know what it is, but I know this. That's the separator. Patrick Mahomes won 2 Super Bowls, and the wide receiver situation was a mess. Whiffs, suspensions, drops. I think for a couple of years, Kansas City led the NFL in drops with Mahomes and winning Super Bowls. Oh, by the way, C.J. Stroud last year. Stephon Diggs out for the year. Hank Dell hurt. Nico Collins hurt. At one point, he's like working with a left tackle having a bad season, and his number 3, 4, and 5 wide receivers are his 1, 2, and 3 receivers. And he won a playoff game. And Josh Allen won the MVP. His number 1 wide receiver is a slot guy from Boise State. That's quarterback. That's real parenting. All right? Parenting's not everybody's eating their beans and getting A's and then helping with homework. That's not parenting. So I don't want to hear the excuses for Brock Purdy. Because to me, this is the separation. The separation in this league is, your O-line lost your center and right tackle. Michael Penix, right now in Atlanta. They traded Drew Dalman signed with the Bears, a great center, and now they have 2 other offensive linemen hurt. Michael Penix, this is not Washington, where you had one of the top 10 O-line and a great coach. Now you got a defensive coach, and your O-line's falling apart. In camp, that is quarterback play for Michael Penix. And this is quarterback play for Brock Purdy. Nobody's healthy at wide receiver. So, Ayuk's not there yet. The guy you brought in to replace, at least for the time being, your injured guy, he just got hurt. Kyle Shanahan addresses the mess at wide receiver right now for the Niners.
It's pretty tough. I mean, I promise you guys, if it's a challenge for the fans, I promise you guys it's a bigger challenge for me just dealing with all this. But, we haven't had the best luck this year. Down probably more guys than we've had. It's a tough situation. You got to keep practicing because we got to improve. We got to be ready for the season. We got to continue to get better for the season. But it does make that a huge challenge with the number of guys we've had down.
Now, I said last year, stacked roster, Brock Purdy's getting you to conference championships. Last year, beat up old brittle roster, a lot of guys hurt, 1-6 against playoff teams. So the schedule's easier. Kittle and McCaffrey are back. San Francisco's going to be better. They're not going to be 1-6 against playoff teams, but this is quarterback play in the NFL. Brock Purdy went to Iowa State. That prepared him for the NFL. Pass rush, second best roster, not always the best coach. So this Michael Penix and Brock Purdy already, between camp and preseason, up against it. Real injury issues. And that schedule, at Seattle for the Niners, Arizona plays them tough, Jags, Rams, Bucks. Okay, I got to talk about this yesterday. I got a text from a couple of front office people yesterday. The Broncos, Sean Payton made a deal. You know how Trump wrote that book, Art of the Deal? This was Art of the Steal. The Saints are delusional. They don't realize they're in a rebuild. A year ago, Sean Payton drafted an old receiver out of Utah. He entered the NFL at 26 years old. Entered the NFL at 26 years old. He's now 27. He'll be 28 in the season. They drafted him in the 7th round, and they traded him yesterday. They they flipped him for a 4th and a 7th round pick. And the Saints are going to be bad, so that's going to be top of the 4th and top of the 7th. Art of the steal. The kid's played 1 year in the NFL. He's already older than CeeDee Lamb. So he's probably got 2 to 3 years of prime left. And Sean Payton knew it. And this is what great offensive coaching does. You find insane value later in the draft. You make it immediately productive within your system. And then you sign it like a Brock Purdy or you flip it. So they're going to get a top of the 4th and a top of a 7th round pick for a receiver that'll be 28 by December. And he knew next year when he turns 29 in a season, you're not going to get the value for him. People are going to go, well, he's a year away from his prime. So Sean knew this is the time to move off him. You know, it's really smart. So it's that Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen. That's what it feels like. And so it's amazing the Saints got work because I had Sean Payton in the building for 50 years and they still got work. But it's a great example. Offensive coaches find value late. Niners have done it a couple times with Shanahan. Find value late, make it immediately productive, and either sign them early to a good deal, get them signed, you got them for free for 4 years, or flip them early at the top. And in Carolina, by the way, Carolina has a really sharp young GM, a former player, Dan Morgan. Carolina did this last year, where they got a 4th round pick from the Cowboys for Jonathan Mingo, who's like a number 3 or 4 receiver in the league. They got a 4th round pick. He's hurt, he's on the IR, and he had 5 catches for the Cowboys last year. So in every business, in every single business, the smart guys, the haves, are working the distracted and the delusional. The Saints are delusional. They're in a rebuild. What are you doing? The Sharks eat the minnows, the Hammers eat the nails. And that's a great example. You wonder in yourself, how has Sean Payton made this roster? How has he made this offensive line number 2 according to PFF in like 2 years? It was mediocre. Bottom 3rd of the league. It's this kind of stuff. Just knowing offensive personnel. Look what he's done to that receiving corps and that offensive line. The reason they can move off Devon Bailey, the reason they can move off him, talented kid, by the way, the reason they can move off him is they've drafted and developed and hit on wide receiver talent. So it's just a little deal, but Sean knows the Saints aren't going to be good. The kid's going to be 27, 28 years old in season. In 1 year, I probably can't move him. His age will become a real topic, and I get 2 good picks. Hammer meeting the nail. That is and Mark Schlereth was on our show. It was either yesterday or the day before, talking about how Sean Payton has just changed the Denver culture.
The difference between last year and this year was last year we hoped we could win. This year we know we can win. And one of the big moves we made, even if it was a popular player, we got rid of popular players that weren't the right guys. Guys that want to be here, guys that want to contribute, guys that want to work hard, guys that want to sacrifice for one another. That's how we're building this roster.
Yeah, I thought that was, when people reach out to me in the league and they're like, whoa. It's like uninitiated. I didn't, I responded, but I didn't send it out. And I was actually distracted, and my phone lights up, and it's like, yeah. I mean, that's just Sean doing Sean stuff. And we've talked about this before. I don't have the stats in front of me, but the late, great Tony Gwynn, one of the best pure hitters I've ever seen in baseball. But, he wasn't hitting Oral Hershiser in Oral's prime. Nobody was. You got to get those hits off the number 3 and 4 starter, the average middle reliever, the average setup guy. In almost every business I've ever been a part of, is you got to take advantage of the people that are delusional and distracted and don't put in the prep or the work. That you're not working the best people. You're not taking advantage of great. You've got to find people that are not paying attention or have a higher belief in reality. And that New Orleans makes that move. Like, that's the kind of move that can win games now and get us into the playoffs. That's not where New Orleans is. They're no rebuild. It's not where they're at. If you're a homeowner, Greg Cosell in less than 1 hour. If you are a homeowner, it's taken years of saving and planning and sweat and discipline to get into that door. And once it's yours, you pour it a little bit more love and hard work in to make that house your home. Now all that effort has built something hugely valuable, and that is called equity. Equity is the portion of your house you truly own. You can tap into that fund if you wanted to. The longer you've owned the home, the more equity you've built. But you ready to work hard for you? That's the premise of a home equity loan. The promise, actually. You want to fund a rental property? Want to upgrade your kitchen? Send a kid to college? Go to rocketmortgage.com today. Rocket Mortgage LLC is licensed in all 50 states. Whatever your goals are, Rocket Mortgage can help you access that home equity quickly, easily, with expert guidance.
Life insurance. Can't afford it? Too much hassle? You don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exams. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
If you're a homeowner, you know it took years of saving, planning, and hard work to get in the door. Then make that house home. Right now, all that effort has built something hugely valuable. Equity. It's the portion of your home you truly own that you can tap into to fund what's next in your life. And Rocket Mortgage is here to help you turn your home's equity into cash. So fund your next dream with Rocket Mortgage. Go to rocketmortgage.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage LLC, equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
This is The Herd. Wow, 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 wow. With Colin Cowherd.
The Eagles today are the Cowboys in the Netflix special. Dallas now is reactive. Dallas then was proactive. Philadelphia now, proactive. They made a deal 3 days ago. They're always making deals. And yet the Micah Parsons contract saga appears it's not going to end well. Dak Prescott's cap hit currently is bigger than A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts combined. They don't get deals anymore. Philadelphia gets deals. Philadelphia's always making moves. Philadelphia's decisive. Philadelphia's got a running play they invented. That used to be Jerry. Now there's video out there him acknowledging, yeah, I don't have the guts to do what the Rams did with Goff and Stafford. I could not do that.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Our nation. TSN 1200 has your exclusive access to Red Blacks action all season long. We're giving away tickets to every home game.
Get ready for big hits
Game-changing tackles.
and explosive plays.
Keep listening to TSN 1200 for your chance to win your way in.
And see your Red Blacks dominate the stadium at TV Place.
Details at tsn1200.ca. Let's get loud. Let's go Red Blacks.
Hi, it's Keith from Bean Chevrolet Buick GMC in Carl Place, and I'm here with our general manager, April. Oh man, our lot is full. Seems like truckloads arriving every day.
So Betty, Silverado, and Sierra 1500 flying out of here with GM employee pricing or 0% financing up to 72 months.
Yes, and we sell lots of cargo vans and cube vans, and we're good at SUVs, but what about an entry-level commuter car?
Best value is the Chevrolet Trax, and it's super attractive.
Don't keep spending money on your old car. Get into a sporty new 2025 Trax 1RS, stock number 14405 for $30,000 plus tax. At 0.99% for 60 months, that's only $269 bi-weekly.
Or add in a winter tire package, and it's $289 bi-weekly. No money down, OAC.
What line did Mackenzie come up with last week?
Get on track at beancars.ca.
Golf's postseason is here. 3 tournaments, 1 ultimate prize. And now, no more starting strokes. Main event, win the FedEx Cup playoffs August 7th to the 24th on TSN and TSN Plus.
Measles is spreading. The good news is that the measles vaccine is safe, highly effective, and can provide lifelong protection. Contact your local public health unit to check your vaccination status or book a vaccine appointment today. Visit ontario.ca/measles to learn more. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Over 600 small businesses use TikTok to grow and succeed, like Chez Mag Fine Canteen on Ile d'Orléans in Quebec, who